94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen dwumedie no asugu so a utie no yada munyina asesan mama kwa abadie make us say Eric J about cancer for some reason, in fact an emergency, and honorable fellows kwatio for so end to me ama mekansa in his place no Eric J aba yeneno eba bidi enkomo intermention and so MIA. And okay, this one says, bro, please, school rules begin as soon as you submit your placement document and collect the prospectus. You are told what dress to wear when reporting and how you should appear, including color of sandals. Every school has its own rules. My boy got Breman Esikuma Secondary School. Breman Esikuma. Domi school, no? And on the bus, no. We sure say find the bus. Hey, Domi school. Dominic is here, boy. Oko Breman is a kuma. School no short for me a bus. I say, my boy got Breman is a kuma secondary school because I know much about the school. I bought the things they use to bring when I was teaching there. When I got the prospectus, most of the things had changed based on the new school rules. So I'm buying the new ones according to the school rules. See the picture below. Banasco, Ampon, Ansa, and Onodiwe Abrain. Banasco, thank you. This one says, while we are talking about Rastafarians and the right to education, it is appropriate to note that Honorable Howard Combs, an MP for Utu Senya East, and Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, has handed over a newly built house to a member of the NPP who got electrocuted during the 2020 electioneering campaign. Wow. A newly built house. That's really positive. Hussein Salifo, Ewa Kaswa Zango. This one says, imagine a fetish priest taking his son to Prempe with talisman and bansere on his waist and Bodia and some weaved snail and tortoise shells on his neck. Can you imagine? Pythagoras. No, but that's ridiculous. That's what? No, don't let us now.
If says stretching you,
yes,
that some rights are being infringed and you will get examples like this. Now, a fetish priest never know. The traditional beliefs in not a Russian.
No, but the point ne there.
Oh,
the point ne there.
He point
okay,
no, so not a Russian. And see, how are you going to tell him that he should do otherwise?
No,
Mama for the Budia on from back class.
In the night, no, Oba on school uniform.
Oh, I bet you know the talisman ne good now. We keep the Budia no other class. What else? Oh, do class or what charge me 5 minutes as I what so. Rastafarian issues of one topical matter for the past 3 days. As some I know.
Oh, meaning about Konoya Rastaman.
Oko school.
Yeah.
Oh, man, try.
On the real answer, on your team, you know.
Okay.
Gentle Rasta. Your funny, we are seeing a cook.
Coca-Cola. Because we
that Rastafarians on Chade way BB.
There's some castle on BB.
Miss the boss as
Yamona, who are your boss rating, you who chain Rasta for no. Oh, yes. But on the
Mama brother,
Kwame Malcolm, yes.
Kwame
Malcolm, one of the decent guys that you can ever
said the upbringing Etieno. Yeah, nani padodo na our dream be say they are different from us in our society. But yes, I net. Me am my elder brother back. Oh, a Rasta man. Na ohun father na
Now, or just dreads and also a Rastafarian. Or a Rastafarian and
serious one. Now will be your far Bible.
As in terms of the religion or a Rastafarian.
Serious one.
Okay.
Now so they will call Bible more. Yeah, I did this Sunday be a teacher already. He in Bible no sir. obetimi aka na wakɔtwe ɔmo nneɛma bi oh masa nyame mfa ne currency father a friend of father and me the see me hu ye no but obi we should try to entertain you obi because ultimate nka so obi timi nti en wose e mani sua nwoma emra no kra nkyere sa nti me hu say ese rastafo okroma
no ni trinwi nti e wose
na ni trinwi
obeje no school
na onye no
na oji no school wi other student nyina atwa omuti
na obetwa rasta se ne watwa adenti utifu e bone masa me I don't support those things o ni kroma ni pe botai ye gentle nyom na ye criminals dodo na omo bu o man no faso no when say rasta bi ama ni minister da rasta ben ya ni chief executive da but look at the gentle guys in the system catch ni pa me ba catch ni pa o ye lawyer we law school or more rasta da wo di aban adwuma ma na didi obedidi wagunu no they are all in the system enti rasta for ayede Sempa FM oh me de me hu ye na me tan kra mo ya ma rasta for aye popular enim so mo ye popular de mo man kwada no nkosua de no at the end of the day e bia o mo nso poko no the guy is even going to
what's am okay when hu ba kwen a school ne de say
the okes no
okay fa picture ne to na
ma hu picture no ni trinwi
no
na wo nya de na wo tisu
ni trinwi no wo hu sa trinwi we
obi hwe
rasta no betima ma na ye kama nkola ya ekọ mo town yi second guy ni say ni de no wa chechwe ne kama very neat akwaye wo kesi wo hu ni tire ho
covid buy no wo wa boss sweat enku rasta enku no
lo amesa ehu ya
me hu we
anya me hu
obi me there I stand for rasta
bra Facebook na bra
you see
obi honorable mesa ena ye wo kwan a on ye fa so kan asem kran den e kire nipa obi me ba nipa ho adwuma ne ye ebia parent de ne ba ko school authorities no mo betimi afre no ne atena kosese kokko am se ebia ba ko ana mienu bi nti no yesusu se
in fact that is what happened
sane koy
papa no na yes o man ye no dey back social media
very good nti se ye ne papa na kan na papa ne se bia because of ni believe nti no ontimi nkonko ye sa de na mejitum because me Roman school bia me pese me body one of the a very prominent school Ekosiisen on senior high school on bachelor exams and the papers ni because share Saturday at the end of the day na SDA for na wo school mo no o man tre exams no uhu di adene ba adan o mo say o mo homeda
yes and you take that decision and you bear the consequences thereof.
I know, I understand. I understand. But ewie mu kwa chira no administration no nes enkwada no how for tenase later emo mo set questions and no mete angle modify na because Catholic school ukọ the Catholic ya sorry ayesuma you are the Catholic faith about to avoid the Angelus baby will be a bekwa recite those things whether you are Catholic or not you follow and ameboa the Holy Eucharist ni na celebrating well
in the say you ka say ye ma kwan ma obi amra so obi nso aba na ose ono sa ne ma na onye bia
if you go to Rome you do what Romans do but enemre no sa nyama ni nyina eden asesa obi
asesa say
unim number of years
say who tie me a
unim number of years or
Facebook page obehu
me say
new student na yes when admission we cares no but be ni tire
obi o de ni tire ho san a
obi hwe obi
akwa ni tire ho no bi hu
obi
hina odi ni
I'm a problem with
obi you see the achimota guy
one second
so who ne dress
very decent
say obi ntro BC na wonya admission so kwa achimota wonim say de tie ana meboa na ebia nipa ne yes smart upon the team egu ni ti so ayeka ho asem nyina o de qualify kwa achimota obi abo sweat atwitwi ne ho pa gentles a onya school etimo me enfe no me ya kwansidie say rasta man should go to school
na so obi anka say
rasta man me de ni ti no wanyi a omonye no me de me support omo
o support hwan mo
rasta for nyamo na moti ya nkofo start gay sem ya amanfo asofo kra to the extent so mo ka kire say they are part of us ye entertain you omo yanka so obi nkoye obi say are they not part of us and the rasta ye no me ana monye no akrachi fo wo krum e bo man no kro no pa obi a agent wa boss it but look at the idea
na mesa ma mente we
obi statements like this, no, say it make. Oh no, I don't have any problem. My bokronism, CCIM uncle, papa. Kwame Malcolm, or I believe
Radio 360.
Radio 360 on the Empire.
Yeah, no, Empire.
This is my friend.
Yeah.
We were in Common
Solid
together.
guy.
Oh, remember, that's not the point.
Ekosiisen on.
Oh, no, Malcolm, you meet her.
And Malcolm, he and I were in Common. In case or minimum or Betchy another meet. I can't remember, but I know him very well.
Okay.
Not that I know him very well. He's my friend.
Okay.
Into me, Rastafarians ni problem bia. I'm only speaking to rules. Now, hairstyle no crampo no, so be ni dots the no sort the no. So we be alone to me ni one standard hair rasta obey. It's be ni problem. But if the school no rules, chede mbesiafo or there will egwin wutri in a certain way. Mbenyinfo so or there wutri ne tintina wefu a certain height. Then there cannot be any variation. That's my point. Because here the man come from Mambesa, who's walk school, and no man on man a payment. No some opinion. They should allow it. Obi some man 20-inch or say 40-inch braids. No awesome.
More penning
Yes.
on
Is that
religion and are based on also a lifestyle
no,
It's
man,
a
religion no. How do you define the
Ekosiisen on Asempa
mechanics of the religion? Muslim didn't more religion. Or jam there, mama pebi ame. How are we going to live in a society like that? Now, share a comments like I wanna what tie. What ya benejuma chrono bo and all those kinds of things. No, they be a catch one that the fact that Obi were in public service no on each other be kuno yewi. No, but that's exactly what you are suggesting. Oh, remember, say Obi akobo chrono a mbra ho. There will proof there Obi botai.
Now all you be the man.
It is your duty as a citizen to go and report. Now, but contra. Yet you are going out there doing political campaign for them to vote for you. And see, what is your motive to come and steal? Comments like that is the reason why many decent people are not interested in our politics. Because but that's exactly what you are saying. Public service, public office. What's that supposed to mean? I'm a member of parliament. I live on my salary. I don't even have a budget that I control. So if I go and buy my car, why? It makes me a thief? No, but the statement that you are making is completely unfair. And I would expect that you withdraw it. Osanda, to suggest there, Rastafarians were decent. You know many Rastafarians who are decent. Now when I wear your sweater, what does it mean? What does it mean? You are part of the problem that we as politicians have. Of course, if you make comments like this, why use it as a politician? 2020, and men left and right, center, the whole Ghana, everybody want to Obama, Mr. Mahama, Oba. Baby, when you wash out. So, what was your motive? Are you doing that? But obviously, it's not because of some ill intent. In their own position, then everybody in government then becomes a thief. Those kinds of comments we shouldn't make.
Okay.
Oh,
Meba. Eric.
Asemo ameka na wati. The meka ye ni say there were people in the system omo aban nyumam. Yeah, you who ni say a very decent person or sorry our born a tie she ni suit akwat na office ni ti wa ye bibi afefefe. But these very people, some of them they way na omo kra mismanage office on one krono omo bo man. I said it. Enti wuntimi hwe obi ni pedua or digina ho. Emfa ntimi njeje de woni mu. So ye man kwada no kwan na omo so nye den enko with those Rastafarian GD no omo no. That is what I said. And I never said say politicians say bokro no. What is that make answer? Me say some people are omo dress decent and it's a fact. Obi Debia ye corner nipa ye twe omo wo court ne ade ye di bi mu kotum ne ade we ye di oman sika we afa company we say ya hwe nipa omo gina ho. And to me, can say will be appearance. I know, say appearance it counts a lot in first impression. Those things it matters. I know, but mommy and koye say be a obi GD and assume obi sumtino obi timi dia judge ni part. Even Bible class here nyane
no, but na me say yeah disaggregate issues. No, say number one, you were admission process. Say OG nipa no school.
Yes, sir.
By extension, it's all many people enjoying the right to education.
Yeah.
And you want the second point, say, all comply with school rules. At what point in school rules ever kick in? Is it after say we're admitting the panary? And because you see, no, admitting the person, when you're admitting the person, what crosses our bridge of allowing the person to enjoy the right to education. But when you're admitting we all enjoys our right now, he should enjoy those rights according to the rules of the school.
But those school rules, you say, and supreme than.
Absolutely. So, I don't mean first school rule, no, in denying admission. You get it? You would admit the person. Once the person said this, G said they should admit the young boy. When he's admitted into the school, now see what school rules are applied to be
school no work under which agency?
The Ghana Education Service.
And Ghana Education Service Jakwada.
Yes.
And our school no be country Ghana Education Service senior age.
No.
Enti menenentina.
Dabi. Mejeno. But mejini we are. There are rules I apply to be in our school. Say obi or medical condition, for example. Now, so saying the medical condition will show proof that says you need here. Ebia nsawan beguna.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And no nanya because obi was school no asthma. One of the asthma patient yet me utie chachu interview no crack kind. Say o come fante be the asthma nti na man a special kind of cigarette be na ono. That is not a privilege that any other student be. But because of the medical condition, enti say chachuba for example or come your friend is saying or call kwabotwe no untimi nkasa ne asthma ninja wonye no but obeje no na afa based on the school rules are all comply with no then you give him that exception. It's the same thing with this guy. If he's able to prove say mi yimitia ebia there is a problem for which reason I was say ma odi utini eguso while all other students go by rules now because you cannot be treated differently from other students now.
I didn't know you treating in a different manner.
School no say obi enyi
was school no mrem.
Yes, absolutely.
Emra
School no rules and regulations.
Masa. Me de onku sua de no.
Meba. Answer that question the first.
School no me see school no.
Are you the constitution here? Because the work say constitution is supreme. No?
Very good.
Constitution is say men stop obi from enjoying that fundamental right.
Yeah.
We've not stopped you. Yama admission. Waba to come and enjoy that right. But in enjoying the right, you have to enjoy the right according to laid down rules. Because it is incumbent on the school to ensure that the kids are disciplined. And also,
yeah.
You understand? Yeah. In the indisciplined kids, no, everybody should go according to rules. Men can't say you tia now discipline.
Just say honey.
School no say. And not even a man who school no. Who school uniform won't mean so many new some height be. You understand? A your school rule. But be a wono in your private life. Pair ataria ewa opa ataria short. But oko school no won't mean ataria short because of the school rule. The school cannot say wo opa ataria short until we will not admit you. We are admitting you, but you admit what ataria short won't mean shower. I was also ataria long. That is the exact
me still many more nyadwene. Me the entia many more nyadwene ne say. Yemma Rastafari kwenya. Omo believe no omo wo mu. Yenim say omo gidie e na omo de those things.
The nipa no the message ba say so obi nso kura bodua na ade na ono so o traditional.
Na comfort back school ya bad.
In your school on kura bodua no mfa nam school.
Say wan ko so okokom. Na Rasta no de Rasta no kwan waka say okote Rasta foku.
Ekosiisen. Na no be si de hu.
Na sembe na akan. Masa. me say enkofo e wo krom a ye decent me nya kan that
it is a comfort ba nso ka say ono so baby onam bia wo so okura bodua
comfort ba okura bodua comfort na nkasa na ekom o see so what say me papa ye comfort na
comfort we initiate ne ba wa akomu a obende
masa argument baby odi na no obi fatu nchen kaka me die ni say enwe me die ni say obi a wo ho akwanya say osua nwoma ewo my Ghana ye mra no ye Ghana ni a ye apply the law GS say ye nkwada no mo nko that is very fine. Last 3 weeks I met a teacher e will be ankwanta or try there one of the senior high schools when the problem o ka kire o say ade ba ko ye ne ya power and education sector especially senior high school ne say nkwada ni mfili o mo bi maka kire say bia menkan
no won kan
ye mfili o mo famsa na kwatro final paper nako
na say failing nye failing should not be deliberate
can deliberate
understandable
can no obi otro na one pass paper bia ye repeat you na mebo enti ye repeat you no wo ye school ni enti ma wani bre wotena otoso esua de catch up na ko wanim but enne o say o kire science core science and mathematics or some students do maths paper or ne dem metro exams no onim say dan ne emre da ho say akwada no ba okọ nanimu akwa no okọ so certain things hokra na was ma yani komo anameboa because me kai say wo school mu no anye hwe yenim say exams dura ya bebo exams ya true exams awie no ya true wi ya bebo ye wonkofo 5 bia ya kan ye ho say anye hwe ye nipa 5 with the first 1 to 5 there ye ne wo ho toda na we yakutu na the competition abane ade but then those things ni nyina ira the otwere so ho ekonanim the antwere ekonanim nti at the end of the day obi betimi akọ na wafa musa yesi wo ko school we so ona musa na wie enti sa anyema no mum na wosenka ye di attention koso more than say rasta man ko school ni tiefu nti no eno abe topic of discussion in the country adanya yi na egu ni obi yanye no onko sua de simple.
Erica Jane ye tene nka no Ekosiisen so ni ha ye Asempa
FM na ode rasta feeling by openi be na betena ha no de one ni di kan twetwen komo
Ekosiisen by Gary Nimako yes lawyer Gary Nimako
o mitie no pa na wase den
wo den because obeka issues me no ka Rastafarian in say maybe no ka MPP
me te say na o ka MPP sense bi obi he ade we no me de na me take mu a member driver ni busa me say na say asem ya man yi kan omo am ka ho bi because you see ya to abawi na no ada ya tu ye boss me miensam ni akoi obi ana me bo afi na oman no budget ya ye di be bo oman no ho bra kra no mra hye bedwafo ebobo ho a na no ye to so aba omaje atom but the same people in government na omo no be make sure say economy na asembe do makoma so no party for ya nso na hyehyɛ omo achi ne yese we na aduru no so we na eko edu ba bia ya ka ho bi enti won ko an ntimi metena radio so te say de wo ye neutral ba wo konye different platform kwatena so a wo si esimasi ni ha we ya na eko anga na me fi ba na watema because ye wie ya na mo start break the 8 ni Dr. Bawumia na mo start na mo lunch na appointees obi akwatena morning show and na they say we are break the 8 Bawumia me chat like you do those things others will also come, they will come on board na no it be a great minister there by ya no crepe kwan asan alanche maintain so nko for start break the 8 mo break economy na wie mo be fix no mo se akọ break 8 na we yanim nyamo na mo se for more no ye nya any positive results and you see and me hear no crack and when I report in the bantem sa because these people they are not ready to sit and manage the economy well for us. They are interested in political power. Obi ye de power ba ko share won sa na no ada. Uni no start here 4 years in campaign. Enti Ghana for na ene yakose sato ahodo akogu budget mu a ye de bebu omukon mu no. Eno na Ghana for no mope. So what you need is political power, right? They can sit as a party. Then no mama Ghana for say they have something positive on betim dia magana for amaya koma eden ato ye because to ahodo a ye dia slap ye na no budget no obi ano eden and all these things omo posters ne ade epie gidigidi obi nye sika ya na ye obi so ho kire no minua na okoji sachet water nsa wakoton de oton ba ko wi an mfa so 1 cd 50 pesos no and na ye de covid-19 mraba ye hia okrom na wo nhye nose mask se ye chew ye chew ne de okokot ye fane 12,000 we nya okodam be 6 months yes sir enti obi de ni sika onya mfa so no de 1 cd to nose mask and na ye de tax akoto sa nipa ne so. What are you and then am odwen amasa nkofo na monam break the 8 then at the papa ben na ya mo break 8 no. Enti owura Gary
they in the how no break the 8
they how many said Gary owura Gary obetena how kasa te said there omo come nerves in the party na they are all involved. That is me. They are
no wadwen
oh mahu omo nyina na man hwani TV3 na no o timi nkotena ha nkoye Dr. Bawumia na obi kofa haya alan obi kofa haya koto a wabetena asem obi anyesa no se mo penisa Ghana fo ehwe mo because ya to aba ama mo ene ma nkoye covid aba enyuma gugu mo pesika dia ko breki 18 no akofa taxes aba because you did the same thing anu and ye ba beto aba police ni wo ha sika hitting account o say no akoto aba mebo otu wi sika na kate Ghana ni TFS ya ma so free ye wie ya sen ye work and pay. Those are the things so Ghanaians are watching them into their mon course na mo breki 8 no na Ghana for no makwan ye no cement ani eto no 27 Ghana cedis in 2016 and oko German of mikru me 44 Ghana no ko break 8 no cement shop omo hwe mo enti break the 8 ni de makọ faba economy ni de mo break economy no mo fix that one before you talk of the next 8 years.
We say keeping dreadlocks is a lifestyle, not a religion, and educational institutions are duty bound to regulate pupils and students. We can't open the floodgate. Is that my brother Eric J saying that anything goes and that to hell with regulations in schools? Really? Then he wasn't fair to have reported Koko Anyidoho for speaking his mind. Gordon Asare.
Hey, Obi, mechia Gordon, na no hu de ono so twere.
Away.
O se na ase yenim sa anti beki mu ho ne ma na ebetu akotua water bill ne lad bill no. Wanya de wo Ghana web.
Gordon Asare be
there. Come here, me penny. Hey, Gordon, and the way you who dig Ghana for Mpoa.
Obi, please, now that Achimota is going to allow dreadlocks because the constitution says right to education, are they, including other schools, also going to allow Muslim ladies wear their veil? There is also freedom of worship in the same constitution. Master Planner Junior Ewo Kentampo. Obi, let my brother Eric know that institutions are governed by rules and regulations, not religion. Agbesi Nuchu.
Oh, senior man.
Obi, kindly inform Eric to retract the Akutia statement he made about public servants with sweat haircut and tie. He knows Ejapa Mesa normally wears a tie and gets sweat haircut. Guy G, Newark in New Jersey. Obi, we all agree the Constitution gives us freedom of association, right? So a group of people can say they have association of armed robbers, right? Though they have the right of association, they cannot form such groupings because it's against the Criminal Offences Act. Let's not encourage this kind of attitude. Rasta isn't by keeping your hair. Rastafarianism is not a dressing nor hair. It's in the heart. It's an ideological orientation. Rastafarians live a life of respect, obedience, and discipline. I believe the Rastafarian community will respect the opinion of the schools. Eric should understand that it's not about the character, but rather a rule compliance. So what happens if someone also comes and says, in their belief, they don't wear shirt and sandals and gain admission with their sister? Obi, will we allow those children to come to school without clothes? Hey, I'm on for a stretchy argument to you. Okay, now I was up on Trade and Industry Ministry. Lawyer.
Last year, Nkofanko school.
Nkofukoi.
The year before
Nkofukoi.
So in previous years, no, na Rasta man he didn't go school. Mana Rasta man one time I no go secondary school. Obi. This really, as far as I'm concerned, is a non-issue. And Dama Makeno, I mean, Ghana Education Service have spoken. I'm not sure the statement na we issue no is to the effect that yes, one gen, no one gen nama needs to open audit to the school or funds now. I'm not sure that will be the intent.
Okay.
Yes, one gen so that he's not deprived of his education, I agree. But on condition that the hair comes down. That one, make sure the Achimota school about compromise. And I will not endorse any compromise to that effect. Ozande say, yeah, Dama, then all the, in your view, absurd propositions and kofu, or send the text all of them should also be taken on board.
Yeah.
Now, route now, is it going to help us?
No, I mean, I perfectly agree with you. I mean, I schooled in a Catholic school, and meaning what school rules mean. Ain't what I will not support anything to prevent anybody from enjoying a fundamental human right. Once the person enters, he should go by the rules, and there are no two ways about that. That may not be. On your real school, you should go by the rules. The school rules cannot be enforced in a discriminatory fashion, and there are no two ways about that.
Even it's not even in respect of this.
Okay.
Rasta.
Okay.
Gary interview. Okay. Yeah. I 100% agree with Gary. Nonye the venerable Kojumpinim. Nonye MPP Mpanyinfa wakasa against the persons that were interested in contesting the presidency, either by themselves directly and indirectly through third parties, agents, supporters. Our campaign 3 months into the second term of His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, the government. I agree. It's too early. That they should not harbor the ambition. No. Of course, Obi Krano from age 16, Nana ambition and there, debi, Onyomampina, obey, and read grounds now for the time and answer. Nobody stops him from putting himself up. But say government no. A minister of state na another occupies senior government position be na recorder awanka say ebegina do say wutri yeye na ebe flag bearer ezeboko into election 2024 no. Our first duty is to ensure that that record is executed. The mandate of the Akufo-Addo administration is executed satisfactorily. Because unknown able to imagine now breaking the 8, which I fully endorse. Osanda Obi Maka and many people have said so. Say yenya MPP are ban in spite of the challenges. Yes, there are issues. Why? Consistent. Motsna Banum for 16, 20, 30 years.
Kagana Beyra.
Ni able to me transform money. My wife and a tamper with fra. And I endorse fully. And will be to work to ensure that you break the 8-year customary cycle since 1992. We'll put in the effort. But candidature, no issues are already ugly head at this point. Before there, it's about time the party for Nankasano no painful our aspiration in that regard. Obo call one troops. to back down.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Maybe into latter part of the second year, Nzama settle yetum ya pick up economy BM from COVID. Na no kaka ho. Na Ghana fu na wo hu agenda 111 will take shape. If you kwanta na various infrastructure projects are ban wa committees ka na wa shase a onwie will take shape because obi amaka sure the 2024 that infrastructure argument will not be part of the election.
2024.
Oh, because they won't have anything to say.
Are you sure?
Oh, appoint Ridge Hospital. You appoint Efian Kwanta. You appoint Eastern Region. All the 6 new regions. You appoint Achro.
Obi do wanna why ready?
Ebe. Obi. Mention Efian Kwanta continuity planner. Woguda wo ye ma. Echene de chi ya wo be start the project. Mention Mfanjwa. Oh, Mfanjwa. Efian Kwanta working group.
Can you tell it no one as a 111?
Eka 111.
Oh.
98 there no more no.
So 88 near district.
88 no na ye increase number
And
because
now 111.
following of course and it will be built. In fact, contracts have been awarded.
For the hospitals?
Some of the I don't know if it's all, but I
Okay.
know contracts have been awarded.
Funding.
Funding in I can budget now.
There may be some question.
Oh no, maybe so I can budget now. Yeah, and I pay them say
Musika we Mubesi hospital.
Yeah, but
na enche ehu there obi
Why we nam ni nyina mo?
obi
lawyer me
say
say
document ye wa entasa
We be the actually.
entasa ewa
Okay.
enzama pi de wo ma o pi de wo ma enko ho budget de wa enyo ni text yo fiscal tables no appendixes no akwanye budget
the
no
honor some no share.
nsam ni na wo no hye na ehwe appendix C.
Okay.
Achro approved projects program list to be contracted from concessional and non-concessional external loans for 2021 and medium term.
Ekosiisen on
These
Asempa
are the
FM.
projects that government fund. Actually, Appendix 10B, about new commitments that were done in 2020. And our commitments are abandoned or by year in 2021. Obi, there are a list of 74 items. Catch out there or your 2021 and medium term. Item 22 on the list is construction of regional hospitals and district hospitals agenda 111. On one. Let them kid themselves. If young Quanta is there, and several other projects that, in fact, 2020, some loan agreements Parliament approved because Yentumian draw down in 2020. It is not part of the commitments for 2020. And the government would actualize them by drawing down for it to translate from mere loans to commitments in 2021. It's all there. It's a document in you can Ewa. And I bought no Echo pay 58. No.
Asempa FM.
The serious work is in appendixes.
The money is there.
Okay? You see? And significantly, Aban will identify revenue source through the COVID-19 levy. Of course, them funding now, in fact, this year is projected to be in the region of some 600 or so million. Obi mambrena mo share a revenue economic classifications. No? Oh, what all you want. Obi, COVID-19 health levy is projected to raise some 889 million in 2021. 2022 indicative 1.2, 2023 1.5, 2024 1.7. These are sources of funding that government intends to raise to fund many of these health infrastructure. But you can't wait. So that's why you take facilities, as has been indicated in the Appendix 10C that I read to you now, that these are approved projects are banned, raise concessional and non-concessional funding to execute, so that those funding sources that are contained in the budget for 2021, 2022, 3, and subsequent years will be used to service those facilities. It's as simple as that. Yeah, Obi, we are in safe hands. The Akufo-Addo administration. No, you may say, and indeed, in that way, a comment in be. There's a MPP it's now Benumichera, Ghana Bayo, and I never again. You have been in government for 8 years. We saw you. I was not in Maso. Manamebodru, Planet Earth, Maba, Ghana. Right here. What better economic management did you, when you were in government over 8 years, put across that Akufo-Addo hasn't done and done better? Tell me. In Ghana, and they are quick to point to Ejapa. Oh,
Ekosiisen on Asempa
now,
FM.
Ejinjembiara, Msrebisa. If say monetizing yen royalties or ya the bona, why did Dr. Dufo seek to do the same thing in 2011? Question me be saying
seek to do.
Because you couldn't do it. In fact, look, you couldn't do it.
Why?
You could not, or potentially because Professor Mills passed. Finance minister was a son when he different person bear no different orientation. I don't know, but I've seen minutes. I've seen consultants that you engage, that you paid them. You could not do it.
Asempa FM.
In any event, Obi, how different is collateralization or monetization of yen mineral royalties through Ejapa different from what you did with road fund that we have done with Get Fund?
Ekosiisen on Asempa
The only difference
FM.
is that in those two circumstances, road fund and Get Fund, we want to borrow to pay interest and pick that money up front to build some roads, and in the case of Get Fund, to build additional infrastructure across all the secondary schools in Ghana. Fact. This is seeking to do equity. And there are only two ways. You can either do debt or do equity. Our finance person, we are a finance person.
Oh,
no, maybe so. I really don't know. I'm just
finance person.
Yes, but you can either do only debt or equity. We have done debt in the past. No crime. Another government says, look, debt comes with interest payment and principal repayment. And I want to do equity. You sat in parliament and approved the law. That gave power to the Minerals Income Investment Fund to incorporate a commercial vehicle in any jurisdiction. Brofona want us now. Is it the English? Now here
Ekosiisen on
to tell you the
Asempa
truth, His Excellency the President, in there in the midst of the brouhaha, or indicated there, one phone call back to Parliament for further engagement. Ghana for one man mandate. Also order for Parliament consistent with this word. Because I've said, and I argued this on the floor of Parliament, that the President owes no obligation whatsoever to resubmit the documents to Parliament. Because Parliament has approved it. It was approved in August of 2020. There is no obligation whatsoever on, but of course, in good conscience, he deems, and I'm not a president. I'm saying to you that that cannot, under any circumstances, amount to the kinds of comments that you people are making. And I don't know the nature of the engagement and how it would take. But I guess that in the spirit of consensus building, that's why the president has said, and Daniel Oba State of the Nation, or reaffirming no commitment there. Look, Parliament has approved the transaction, I agree, but I will bring it back for us to have further engagement thereon.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
The fact that somebody has been able to conclusively actualize that process, you call that person a criminal? You, Jesus Christ, yeah, Obi. But Obi Ocha Konpabia spokes, spokes, will always be put in your way just to throw you off focus. But Akufo-Addo, I know, His Excellency the President is focused. No commitment to transform this country during his lifetime, with his literal contribution over an 8-year period. And I pray to the good people of this country, if they see the performance that this government, Obi, data, it doesn't lie.
Lawyer, for one who's in Amunkombra.
Data doesn't lie.
It doesn't.
Yeah, look in appendix. Chamaka the budget no. Bibia Wichiha. Appendix 1A. Look at GDP growth rate when they were in government. Obi here, man of myself.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
No, read him. Read him from 2014.
The gross domestic product in purchases value, 2014 2.9.
2.9%.
Yeah, percent. 2015 2.2. 2016 3.4.
That was the performance. Abysmal. Come to 2017.
Okay.
Obi reading Keno.
Oh, maybe Nyaboter.
And
2017 8.1. Tobo.
Look at that.
2017 8.1. 2018 6.3. 2019 6.5. And projected outturn for 2020
yes,
0.9.
fantastic. And what accounts for that?
COVID, yes.
COVID year.
You
You want to compare the performance of this government with your shambolic? These people.
But the other thing you have to also look at your non-oil GDP. Non-oil GDP in Sono 2014 2.7, which is non-oil GDP are very, very important in this conversation. In 2014 2.7, 2015 2.2, 2016 4.6, 2017 4.6, 2018 6.5, 2019 5.8. And yes, you could see that upward way, in non-oil GDP under the NPP.
Every indicator.
Yes.
Every indicator that you look at, and let nobody tell me that economic indicators, but no here, won't put it down, because it's important that as we build the country, we have benchmarks that we measure our progress. You want to compare Ebe, Obi. Ghana Bay. It is only when you people come back.
Okay.
Any such suggestion
Lawyer,
can have any sense of validity. What are we talking about?
So, in the industry, for example, 1.1, 1.1, 4.3, 2016, 15.7, 2017.
Obi from document,
10.6, 2018, 6.4. Okay, it's all here. In the budget, maybe Appendix 1A. Growth rates of gross domestic product at constant 2013 prices. Eric, maybe I mean to you about coming in just now, and it said GES are backtracking on their, and that's according to, also lawyer of the Rastafari Council says the Ghana Education Service has backtracked on its initial directive, asking the Achimota Senior High School to accept the 2 students with dreadlocks. This follows the refusal of Achimota to enroll the 2 Rastafarian students because of their dreadlocks. According to Ras Wayo, following the GES, that now also say. No, major also because of Ras Wayo now making, you know. According to Ras Wayo, following the GES directive on March 20th, the service called for a meeting with all the concerned parties, i.e., the parent of the student and the headmistress of Achimota Senior High School. Speaking to the Pulse on Joy News, Ras Tetewayo revealed that during that meeting with the GES, the service sided with the headmistress of Achimota and backtracked on their initial directive, stating that the purpose of the statement released by the service was to quell the public outburst on the issue.
Ekosiisen
Wow.
on Asempa FM.
Also, it was the GES that called for the meeting for the 2 parties, i.e. the parent and the headmistress of the Achimota school. And one of the GES deputy directors who chaired the meeting was clear that that was just to quell the media outburst and to bring a bit of calm environment in the country. But the GES was still stunned with the headmistress of Achimota school's position that they will only take on the young Ghanaians. He further stated that the GES publication we all saw some few days was a facade, a fluke. It was just to deceive the citizens of this country to believe that the GES is going to restore peace. So Ghana should be aware of how the matter has now unfolded and that this meeting, GES supported the position of the Achimota headmistress. The Ras Wayo, a lawyer, Emma, the Rastafari Council. Make I say, oh, Commonwealth, near Ras Akakadru, Ras Ginger. Commonwealth, into a Ras Tete Wayo. Eric, yes.
And as I know, they said that one Ras so there be. This Ras and I can say GS, someone that died there said they be I come back from one. You yanti the side of GS. On some no Casano make I say. I'm random mark for everything, but you know, say Ghana Education Service and then making sure say and in order. And to be or model man obekon, I believe strongly say a bayejuma. But you also cited a lot of reasons in here. Also, can't you enter the side of GS?
GS, yes.
You can say the Ras were you the non coin koyejuma. And her name also called Dan and watch me. Obi medicine. Obina, I'm say. Me kasa fa break the 8 when I mean ya message firm wa or the make of I asema me kan 8 ya wo economy na tete apansam edwedi for bre taxi driver trotro obi e bre menua na o pe cement Ekosini dan na asase bo plot no mpo ya tumbe times 2 cement bo nso nam so montena se as leadership a mo na Ghana for the o man na mamo no na mo nwene kwan o man no mpuntu obefa so ayeden akoso dan say ya ma V8 as a minister na call to na start to break the 8 ho na you break the 8 ya ma otimedi we say bu o ma as a vice president no na ma announce obonto mo ye ne sa de betete apansam and that is what they are all doing. So Gary na me hwe say bia obeka say sanctions bi wo ho e wo say de ma sa ankofo no untimi nka nyi ba omi amfim untimi yala nfim na nkofo ni na
ala ne ba omi wate so omo ka say obo pepe
na mo nkofo ya na eye dede
so how do you punish them?
Nti nyo mo de ahwan no obeka sa kire mo no
okay such an
am nkofo re mo ai obi mo ntira se mo tse o man no me da bia me ka se na do ne penso na HIV ba ya nko de ho tax buy COVID craba open so afie na was COVID in tubesi asupiti and they say HIV is ba ne penso anka yenya HIV is levy nko obeje o nwine nipa ho sa wote ha akofa krata ya be kire me chese ye de ni makenkan da bia mo na mo kan a mote ase se mabusa se hospitals ahodo na musimu ba be sini sika na wo hia akofa buku be kire me me ba kofa 2017 budget.
Okay.
Nafa 2018, nafa 2019, nafa 2020. Na hwe niema e repeat ni budget no. Ye be nkwa na wo mu na enim. Obi somewhere July na mampeni country in the heat of COVID say or start 88 hospitals. How many months ni 10 months ni waje plot. na wasia ko gina mra hye fi state of the nation na if more or less divide why your calculation di bia koka ho ama na ko 111 ye ko busa so obenya sika free here na mesa nso abeka kire me se covid abaye begigi to e de akusi asopiti obi penso covid ama wankofa covid to ama wankofa yare bi ato ama wanfa ho kire to obi ama but University of Ghana Medical Center na ene ho na mo de covid-19 VIP patients ni gunu mo na mo ka mo asem obi na siye na no other Dr. Baomi alanche ne tracker no oko health sector nye chip compound or list 247 covid buy no why now tell say dey call chip compound edu baby amon ka no kre kakra obi system na yewo mu no emu ehye budget ya ye ka ho asemi the same budget na ene ye say a burden sharing budget na me dey say na me friend because upon kroma be ka kire say ye nyina ye nche problems na e wo Ghana no ne ye mfa ene ordinary poor teacher to say bia meme ma Mary ya o kira de baby o free call baby o kira de obi o twa be 5 kilometers enti nyame ado motorbike no de ko o sorry anopa obeto petrol egu moto no mebo a no de akọ ye di bro nya wie ya ye to aba wie na anu ade e ko bosom emiensa no ya to petroleum product over 11% obi anim ye nyina etofu we why na enim obi kotobeku ma budget ya mo sign de komra hye bedwafi mo sign de extra 5% e san akwa akoto so say nipa na o kira de wo sa petemu ho na America no o say man expect say there's going to be any salary increment bi na meboa at the same time ko office of the president okọ ho no mo a mo budget ana mo di ye adwuma as staff ana mo gu ho a mo di no ene ye burden sharing no mo de sa burden no mo nhye bi mo de ekosuru boom over 70% but teacher ni na ono yes man expect say the increment bi e ba na katua mu no the same teacher no ya to petrol mu a oto bi gu ni petrol ne den ne moto mu ode kwa adwuma nti say nipa no ono de onye Ghana ni the same teacher ne na katua na awoje na enso ni di no ye the another taxes e kwa tibie frim ana meboa nti are we doing something positive ema ye nkofo na ye di omoso na na say ye ho ne adwene so mesa say Ghana for tie we say mo say covid-19 levy pa na mo de ba bisi asopiti a Ghana for ahu de amoye because in the time amampani ka kire ya o my 88 hospitals no obi say that time funding na my na covid-19 levy my okay in the heat of covid no in this time 88 na na funding ni free
Ekosiisen
say ya start to clear or the contract ni de keka ho he budget ni de bia American repetition kwa but obi a oye reasonable Ghanaian to say the asempa tenase na mo ye calculation ni de keka ho sika ye se ye kohwehwe nie ana me boy expected revenue say na tie ye koyi de adi kotua interest on loan compensation say na tie ye quantity film say na aka nti Ghana ni busa say ade na eda ho no ugidi say achievable ana or you think so always you can just come and be singing praises to the government of the day say mampania can do obey mampania ya ma 4 years went me and see even one district hospital account last 4 years now ye dia ma obi no osi ubesi 111 ni ebesi uso anke anhye oma obi ene eto ahodo aba eno na Ghana fo di ho abenedie ma memfa akwanya so na ye mra hye bedwafo me salute o munyina because now no the course on the floor of parliament na nipa 134 na no mo ye present o munyina ka se sa o how na Oru Akufo-Addo be chechire dia so Ghana for mo support na they all voted against anameboa sa na was odwi nipa because at the end of the day obi na small from impesua so de waba ena sa nipa no ya so taxes say gina na name na ka bi ma no na wan ka bi ama na MPP for MPs mu nyina mo koto yes chese mo sa bed na ye ne mo nhye dia you are not being fair to us it honorable message ye ne mo ni problem economy no mo se mo manage but mu be break mu 8 na ho na me di free ba no monye mu adwuma e ka be 2 to 3 years na mu break 8 na obia ne mo ne problem but for now pa de se mo yes mo the state resources ministers say yi mu avet mo na ano ada mo ko state functions na ho na mo kwa ko break 8 dia Ghana for ne mo nche ne ye obi ena ebiem honorable message kasa no na okwa akofa previous administration de na ne bobre tie ne ne bobre tie although say nyina yesua they we believe in those things Obi ye ka economy na ankasa akrache for ye de ne de eno ne figures na obobo ma ye no but Ghana for do no ye economy ni den wo economy ne de wokọ eba ma wonsa kọ wa no ana meboa enti se na obetena ha na okofa NDC pencil growth rate na the say samre na growth rate ni the say ne ene the say ena wa okofa no oil sector ne de keka ho ina that is perfect argument enti na o growth na enyini cost ro no cement bag na me ko tuma na ye to ne sen that is obi economy because obi ni baby odi ni tibeto enti na de ohwehwe ne say within 4 years owura kufu ado ba na enema ebe kɔ fam ama ono nso atimi abo apata ne yire ne maiden atenem but sa nipa no cement na ye 27 Ghana na enam 44 Ghana cedis enti wo ka kire sa nipa ne say growth aba ne ho ato na wo gidi so obefa serious person obi utie me pa sa nipa kro no to iron rod sa time no na ye yi ba akoma wo say ya na ye 15 Ghana cedis 11.5 no and then you eat the same thing, 35 Ghana cedis. And you are telling the person, say, your economy is far better than the Obidijano. You think the person will agree with you? Ordinary taxi driver na the economy na taxi now or the no. What the fool your politics in this country? And the petrol no turn saying. Ya two mono at the same time. No ne yire ne betu burden sharing mo the kin account to mutim dada. Inti ya two mo also fa come passengers no no muntua. Enti minua na ono anopofo trotro be 3 times and we do adwuma no. Ne lorry fare as at 2016 na odi ko adwuma and I increase over 100%. And you are telling the person says economy ni favorable man. Na katua he na odi atum. Edu be bia mo me enka realistic issues. Ah, tise me betena ha na me tese ane ma no kra na me de me bote. Obi hwe agric sector. Hwe kuafo. Bra mo brain the system. Adwuma bi o mo ye bia ade bia ka o mo direct because e ukoko afu na obe pompe so a we the petrol fra chemicals na the spray na meboa enti se ya to petrol mu na kokoko ani no ene so omfo ka nkokora na wadi kan atua ho kadada petrol na okoto abi spray na fu asen atua ho ka enu a odi spray na fu ni nyina bo okosoro at the same time aban betena konwa so first 2 to 3 years 40 Ghana cedis na ye de to kokom okay nya ye ba beto aba na anu ada na ye se ye ni kodivu afo ko nhihye bi ni nema nti kakra ye ne de kakra tum ni nyina so na ye for election so at the end of the day such a poor farmer okay economy indicators ni the good paper so efe but yeah ubusa se form for no how are they feeling etie besre enough of the rhetorics mo kasa den sanyema na mo kanina na Ghana fo ahumu pa o enti me de ya na ye mesere ba ko yodi owura ye chi o se opese oba bi oba de oye ma Ghana na wabeka kire Ghana fo udwa wanum de Ghana sika sem dwa wanum na sidi ayese na ayese ene covid-19 kwa na abo amo a adwadie nkoso gidigidi na dollar na kakra wokuruma but this time ke hwehwe dollar nke hu no obi mebo a covid save am nti dollar kasa akra akofom because adwadie nkita hodie na nkohwehwe se de na ekono ana mebo a those are the people we are talking about. So sit and plan well. Because party oba abemu was so for cry invite omu nyinanwie. Selfie na yi finance minister cry so ko no so aba. Deputies ye nyi omo. Enkofo abebo amama bopo ama oman no akoyie no. Nya ho na monidi. Mo nenam. Ena de ehia ena mo ye ne sabre because de ehia sabre ni economy no. Ene ma nkoyie. Obi onam kroma amafo opinion. What the ebia wo de baby otintie ye kakrama obi se wotikem na wo ba ewia wo ba ejuma
awe
enkofo na
onzo ye kakrama
enkofo na ebia yes me de ye chen obi na onti we ya me de wo ye nso na me enso
oh that be something can hwe we reverse question am trauma
me when am de wo ye example me nka me de na wo obi me to was obi me ba what's the came now bejuma we really work o glasses na is ni see so ye won kofo bi mu gina lorry kwan no uhu obi a na woton dog chain mitimi busa me ho se
Ekosiisen
edi no ni pa he ene beto obi ubehu obi na ogina wiem na nsuo sachet water ya na eno ne so no chese ohu obi asade na ekuta no no oton a ugine nipa ombeton but still nkofo no go street ni so and some go for way in taxes we are here to tumina e affect your mu ana ameboa obi ana omon kan ofro ka ba ejuma enti fuel price na ekosoro no obetua bi burden sharing what you say said obi obi some go for here kan na affect your mu even directly. But Mesa Betna, I come as some group of people, and we're just some group of people as omode outside the bracket. Omoni is small money. Mesa Modi Omoko, Omone how? Oko can say a Japan and Becca, and I mean, Bamakas and Becca in Japan. Oh, move you Mukutra, Namuamos or someone die. Obi, a Japan sense and by ya, Yemra Shibija for the Ombeye, Amana ye biano, Omoye Wamra Shibija fee. And I'm more catcher Ghana for some money munim dear into Mobeko Swiden. Aye. Civil society organizations. Or more dear Dodo now crown on Yaman some no more, or my no bobby baby a beku ye no moka. And some trofwa Mosomonia manusem, Mosomo de Mano to Mubi. Yen this phone quane Casayana meboa. At the end of the day, Mosimu who deal a papa chain, a japada. And yes, eh. Munsheni you na monko for cremo and amoye PDS a tijano, and a Masiako Japa. Mudi nyede ye kai konfesi debi. At the end of the day no special prosecutor Ora Martinamidu Nanado betina kunyaso osu yi Jesus free wa Ghana ona na ne hutwa enti ketase hye ne proye ko ona ode ne kosia no meboa nye jo Mahama ne man appointment to say the Domlevo ye na adwuma ane President Akufo-Addo say na Mahama adwuma na oye auditor general ho no say asemu ye ka kira akora o class 1 kra na obefa omutie. At the end of the day, Martinami to damning report or the Bafa Muamu, and also a president na ye nenetino. Ghana under the 4th Republican Constitution na ne odisubino. Ye nya president or ye corrupt Kenya Akufo-Addo da. Mena mkai. Also a mother serpent of corruption. On the man appointment too. Almost ye ni suba enti ntimi an contain Martinami do. And oni ahotini Akufo-Addo ko ye adwuma.
Ekosiisen.
And a bombo chichi free as Yabas and Kofone, dear Sacron, Vita Padie, or Mochen Cree. So I can be with them. And Papa ne resign from office, Obi. Crata or de Bayena can be. Ebia Momo bro from ye different de Ghana for no can yedia. Embarrassing buying totally, meboa. To the extent to say President Ebusian for so munina hobo movie. Nina wo movie. And it's all better na ha. Na me kasa na me nko ho na obekasa ma me Japan ho say obekasa Japan o kofa ba ne ade a enye no na ye me haw no say Ghana resources na ye amount manage ni ye sabi mpreduasa o se owura do 4 pencil ye started the same process obi meboa ena show iso ne ati Ekosiisen ya started process ye dwen ho ko animu ye kona na ehu se bia mo man no anameboa ene ye kwele back enti ade a obi anya wo koye de asem ba no wo so betena se ase ose ane enka mo so mo koye obi na wabusa ne se o mo koye anameboa obi ankoye hwe enti mesa minu share time bia the last time minu share man ne the same reference na mo start ye no wakotwe agreement de ne de aba enu ne do for mu sinsan ne ada Ekosiisen there be Ekosiisen. Mona mutimi ye no. Ena na kro no adwena hye mutirimu matwem. Martinami do ne kae. Enti obetena ha was started championing the cause of President Akufo-Addo because ono onim nyam ketase hye ne proye ho. Obi a otimi pam Domlevo. Owi a we declare so ye Togolese. No wi a wasan so atwero krata ase obi.
Why declare so ye Togolese?
Oh, na say de omo pa akire de ye declare ndada o.
Muhammad declare.
Ye ni declare no. Do ajumane na se for declare na che. What is it? Because abanya 20 minute Dominic anya adwuma no. Menye sure say Jesus Christ obetimi na adwuma. The man was honest. And no more na Ghana for the hwe na do ne principle na no so ye ne kan bi no. Be na oba wadan is chaos. E to na ye the chaos na oje to sa. Ye koka. O se me ma bi mu nsuo nom ye. Na hwan na wo so otuaka ade be kyena mo se abakirem sa asem na ye kan ye sa na ne ye pese ye kire. Obi ene Ghana for ani abie. Into freebies and a Ghana for yen tampa yen penny crewman will be so better what they free because under President Akufo-Addo ye man free a chese we can pay ye demand ne or China begging back into na me kan Ghana Statistical Service report to be wa 78% uti of total communities in the country and now my enjoy electricity free and is so free but then aban kasama for my yet sister stations saa niema ahodo na ye enjoy na wo se enya ne ba kokotua eni ntina to ahodo no bi ba and this ankofo na still ono national grid kra na kane ani ni krom oda so mutum no yesi em obi da kane em kakra enti nipa ni ntua kanoma no memi area mete ensu a yesi etua ho kai anofa bi ensu no twa ahomache 5 na ye bie na anaju 2 saa time ne ada yen sorry see yekodware na pipe ma eno ene almost we should go and pay back. So Ghanaians are watching them and the amamani agene say 2024 about one a ye bekomu no no kre na Ghana for the beto aba because obi ba say me ma we na wa me yakoto aba ye beso ani in obenwene na yeso ani in we are you pay back eno bi ne yete ho ni
Eric J. Osebonzo Ras Wayo is also a staunch member of the Rastafari community. Blessed Raswayo Eskaya, Chief Baine, Deputy National Organizer, NDC. Also, Obi, please ask the NDC man in your studio if the 70% increase in the budget of the presidency is for the salaries of the staff there. Edwin in Takrade and Odiwe Abba. Obi, tell Eric to stop making people angry on your program. When has Ghana been better under the NDC government? All what Ghanaians experienced in their 27 years in power was mismanagement, corruption, arrogance, and nothing else. The NDC has nothing to offer Ghanaians. That's why we should keep them in opposition for the next 20 years. Mr. President, Denmark. This one says, Obi, we are in this country when crude dropped from $110 to $28 under John Mahama's watch in 2015. And yet fuel was sold for 16 cedis.
In fact, they increased it.
Amidst the hue and cry of Ghanaians, and yet they were met with Yentubia. So what is Eric J talking about? Kabiesi in Sekendi would want to know. So are we saying that under John Mahama's administration, building material prices never went up from when they took office after J. Kufuor? Can we not be truthful to Ghanaians by telling them that no government can come for prices to stay same and that the NDC check the rate at which the cedi devalued? Is it the same now? Ghana is better. Equia and Onodiwe Abba. Equia, thank you for your message. Obi, good evening.
Obi,
please just remind Eric that they brought condom tax. Thank you, Nana Opon. Remember, Columbus, Ohio.
Obi. Obi.
One bag of cement.
Unim sa ban we never ya omokra condom can it sika 40 billion. Okay. Ministry of Health.
Nine Ghana
okay.
cedis.
About no nine cedis.
Cement.
Okay.
2009. 9 cedis. 2016 it was 34.
It wasn't 34.
How much was it?
It was 27.
Go online and go and check. Oh, Massa. Oh, go online and check.
Obi 8 years now.
34 Ghana cedis. Share. Obi. Obi. Obi.
Yes.
You know NDC for you. But budget na akana Obi. But akana. Ehemfa were page 58.
Yes.
O introduce COVID-19 health levy. No okay because of nsu na electricity subsidies aban or providing it. This is the document. I mean,
official spokesperson of the government.
Eric J. Maninyi.
Obi.
Obi.
Mpocho abaya na nko ye da me na American. Na akan.
More paragraph.
Page 58.
Yeah,
paragraph 254.
254. Mr. Speaker, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused additional health spending that far exceeds the annual budget for health. Some of the measures being implemented by government to address this pandemic include procurement, distribution and administration of vaccines in the vaccines apart from COVAX facility, an additional 17 million, that's 17.6 million vaccine doses will be delivered by June. with more to come in the course of the year. Establishment of 14 medical waste treatment facilities across the country for safe disposal of medical waste in collaboration with the private sector. 33 major health projects approved for implementation at a cost of 890 million euros. To date, 14,600,000 pieces of PPE produced domestically and distributed to health workers, student, teaching and non-teaching staff for tertiary and secondary educational institutions. Fumigation and disinfection of public places, including airports, market, schools, hospitals and offices. And then Agenda 111, construction of 100-bed district hospitals in 101 district. 7 regional hospitals for the new regions, including 1 for the Western region. And construction of 2 new psychiatric hospitals for the Middle and Northern Belt. Rehabilitation of Efian Kwanta in the Western region. And finally, the need to recruit more healthcare professionals in addition to the 100,000 recruited in the first term of the president. To provide the requisite resources to sustain the implementation of these measures, government is proposing the introduction of COVID-19 health levy of a 1 percentage point increase in the National Health Insurance Levy and a 1 percentage point increase in the VAT flat rate.
Ehemfa wo paragraph ekenkanimu na okade because of free water no need electricity ntina ban or introduce COVID
on Asempa FM.
No, I think that I think that
I don't have a problem.
The confusion stems for the facts when Kojo was trying to explain this, I think a question was thrown at him. Okay.
What he meant.
Okay, then.
That what
Eric,
the fund is aban odrebeyen.
Yeah.
On our budget statement.
Okay.
Ntina mama it take you time I can na extra bibma budget statement team there. Because of the water and electricity relief, a ban on introducing in 2020 to save lives and livelihoods. Ono nsi na dam levy order ba.
Okay.
Or clear in any event. Say it's a budget statement now. Finance Minister indicated quite clearly that beyond this, government has procured in excess of 890 million euro to build Efian Kwanta and some other health facilities in Ghana in 2020. Indeed, because of the need for us to build the health infrastructure, other related expenditures are abandoned or anticipated there. But for COVID, we probably could have paced ourselves over time. Them are all year in building infrastructure. But the need has arisen for us to expeditiously build health infrastructure. We make sure that every district be our hospital. The government will propose them levies so that we are able to do that. Never on a budget statement longer. Now, you see, the former special prosecutor, Nansama Okeng, what boom between October and December. Ghana for they read in between the lines. Osanda Obi, Mr. Martin Amidu, ne anti-corruption fight prior to his appointment as special prosecutor. And it was for good reason. His Excellency the President, often a known NDC cadre and Minister of State, are pointing into that sensitive position for good reason. And I agreed with the president then. Except that subsequently, the kind of comments that he makes or he made makes one question. What his allegiances were, whether it was to the state or to his political party. Because, no, hold on. Okay? Read Article 297. Implied powers. Okay, clearly. Obi Pocho Article 297.
Article 297.
That say constitution no or the power or the mobi 297I. Mpocho bombas na or the mobi na or your minister. It is implied that that power can be exercised by people acting for the minister, including his deputies. If Mr. Martinambi do draw opinion or suggest there, a deputy minister of state cannot execute a contract on behalf of the Republic of Ghana. I question his loyalty, whether it is to the state or to his party. Please read it.
No, 297I has a words directing or empowering a minister of state to do an act or a thing, or otherwise
That's exactly
applying
the provision
to
I was
him
looking for.
by the designation of his office, include a person acting for him.
Thank you.
Or if the office is vacant, a person designated to act in that office.
Thank you very much.
By or under the authority of an act of parliament, and also his successors in office and all his deputies
Thank you.
and other assistants.
So to suggest that a deputy minister of state cannot contract on behalf of Ghana, it questions you.
So that is the only portion you
Please. I've read the Public Procurement Act. If you suggest that PPA approves terms of reference that the procurement entity gives out to potential tenderers, I have a problem with your bona fides.
with your boss, Martin.
I don't have a problem. He is subject to criticism.
Oh yeah.
I respect him.
Okay.
I'm saying that the kinds of conclusions that he drew
Ekosiisen on
are not borne out by the law. And so if that man goes ahead to call His Excellency the President names, merely on account there, I wouldn't aka your corruption risk assessment. You didn't conduct an investigation. Yet, I findings against individuals a name or reporting. Obia solicit document from you. I want to through your own volition. Na de kwa kama omampain there. Wo corruption risk assessment infractions be identifier if you there obey that baba na attention. Ama in the future aban or transaction be wa guide aban action. What are not the purpose? And His Excellency the President say now make findings against individuals be. It in the be someone when no ma wo you are now. As that be also no farmer nkofo na say wo I anu yibia wadamo. As nkete. How do you act like that? And so if the president then issues a memo to the finance minister that look, these are the observations that the special prosecutor has made. Do you have responses to it? Makes the president mother serpent for corruption. Don't you pay?
Lawyer Mesa.
Osande, there was absolutely nothing untoward about His Excellency the President's actions. What can when case aga? Because Ghanaians are not stupid though. They know fact from propaganda and fiction. Now, this government here, Obi, Medman Risi. What's Mr. Daniel Domelovo? Aban why hounding out of office? Hey,
Lames I'm burning tea.
Obi Mesro, 2 minutes. 1 second, one minute. Mesro. I woman cannot quite cry. I Mr. Domelovo the personal data provided when he was going for the job. I also know hometown as I am in Togo. I'm not trying man. No, Obi Bisawasam. President Akufo-Addo no feel the form of the man. The date of birth or Troy when Nankasa no form do president not also needs him not Troy man. So why are we not truthful to ourselves like this? Because we want to do politics.
Lawyer Medas.
The again why Sassy.
Eric.
Ekosiisen
For
on Asempa FM.
1 minute we
3
drop
minutes,
it.
order, ma'am, 3 minutes.
Sorry. Why?
Obi.
1 beer.
Obi. Owura Martina Midu na oye NDC ni ena osi ni buofu NDC for enti time Owura Mahama te akonwa so as a president no opo obi a oyi Manase few articles dodo a na Martina Midu ne toso mienu article bi obetwa ba bia na odigu Owura Mahama ni mu ase enti obeye mo doba enti mampeni na nado fa benwa na ape ena oseme nkofa bitaman mra because one ne party for no ko na Ghana ha won say your politics na ye no tem bia no ya na ye dwene say di ofri aban mu amama ba no ono na ne nkofo ye corrupt na memra na memechi omo that is adwene ede ye no I won't lie ena okofa Martina Midu Dubai Martina Midu kro ya okan o di ni dwumedie na okofa Airbus ho be hye mu obo Owura Mahama din no eno de na wafre Mahama atoto na no meboa nti eno de okan na ye no kre na de wo betena ha asia be ka kire se ade a ye de ma ne se won hwehwe mu na wakɔhwehwɛ mu na ose mampani no kra no ono ne tatua mo na nkasa wo betena ka kire tifo se de Martina Midu pe bia onka Ghana fo hwehwɛ mo ye ne problem Obi another institution obi anim se all marketers share and mesa any dey kwanso me pacho mesa me pacho me fancy form Obi owura dumelevo nso a Ghana fo anim se ono nso ye na famu dey true auditor general dwumedie no mampani na nado de obi a ketase share ne proyotu so se bia obetu so sa Martina Midu wantimi antena Dominica ono so ko and look at kwanya ye Daniel look at kwanya ye fa so man ne koe ye wo ha ye se udi djuma se ane e wo so ko leave o na wo home nti kona ko home and ye push you se ko o time so se wo ba ye se wo so kra no date of birth aye say just eniama hwanyan you see sanyama we nyina wo ye no discerning Ghanaians ni civil society organizations are no more can be my papa no obi anim ko ana papa no ko my Ghana say dey mampani say Owura Daniel Adwuma oye nyina kra na Mahama no na oye ma no menim say na Mahama ne ma ne kwan so on coordinate institutions in the country eti ye besre edu baby a promises na wo de beba no ene say wo yo na ye sonko e ba ne corruption issue ene mampani we otimi kan wasem okruma ena me anti corruption crusader for now he's the mother serpent of corruption. So then obetimi aka. Ade bi ode ne nsa beka bia na age agu. Enti de Ghana for yesre mo ne se emfie nan ya yakomu no. Almost start break the 8 na. Na wabusa ne se 8 na ode ma no no. Ketase hye na ode ye nto abone Ekosiisen. Eno so ne ati. Ghana sika sem a ne ye de bo nto ana Ekosiisen. Ene adan ho ne ma mekeka on se ye no ye penso na dasen no ene Ekosiisen obi atase mesisi a o se ne chrome cement bag 50 Ghana cedis enti obi ti akonwa so no na koko kuani o to ne koko bag one bag say ya no otimi to cement ma 15 bags ene o penso ye to ne one bag na wato cement na wato 7 bags enti za koko kuani ni tie me ne wa na waka kire se o break 8 na president kufo na breso auto cement ene ye wo hwan abreso Obi me de manusi form ye besre Ghana for na nado de obeya na wayo my Ghana enti obi anhye ne sapo mu nsuo na yenye adwumaden na obi ansa nkona no nim se mfie na de encheba ebeba am yakosa kyerem you report no so omode aba no NDC as a party I know see our research team they also sit and analyze their report
also Mubewini but not with candidate Mahama
na by when
now one kind
and you my candidate
Asempa FM
I'm my candidate sa na etikroma ye campaign omo nam and Owura Mahama on hit 34.4 kra money ba ho nam ye pardon no votes so we don't care
pardon no votes na ko supreme court
you say you to unanimous ya nkoto omo
Asempa FM
I said, I'm a